Hi, people. How are you guys? Hope everyone's okay. And one more live today. I can't believe it. Another live coming on. Live number 9. Time flies, isn't it? I just cannot believe it. It's my live number 9. And yeah, today, for some of you who know me, my name is Orlando, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. And the reason we are doing this live today, some people have a chat with me, have sent me messages and asking to do a live on back exercises. So I find this, especially this big muscle, very important. Excuse me. It's a very good, I'd say it's you've got loads of exercise for your back, and today I'm gonna go over these exercises. I try to do my best to explain, just speaking to you, but probably you're gonna visualize it away when I start explaining these exercises. And so we have about 8. Let me see, about 8, 9 exercises. We're going to be talking about it. So these exercises are very good. Why they are very good for you? Because if you have a very strong back, you can have a better posture. Even when you're walking, people will notice because you're walking straight, your back is not rounding. Hi, people. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for saying hi. And yeah, so this is it's very important to have this having a good back, your back being straight and not rounding. Sometimes I'm sure when you're walking outside, you look at people the way they're walking, they're slouching, shoulders are hunched over like that. That's because you can tell straight away if they are exercising, they are not doing proper exercise for the back, or if they're doing, there's something wrong there, the technique. So it's important when you're doing this exercise, you make sure you have a proper form, a proper technique. So having all this together, you can maximize the gains for your back. So if you ask me, hi coach, do you like doing your back? Of course I do. I do a lot of exercises for my back. Some of the exercises are not easy. We're going to be talking about these ones today, like pull-ups. You don't get many people doing pull-ups because, as the name says, you have to pull yourself up. But again, you get like women and men doing good pull-ups. So it's important you realize these exercises, they have to be on your program. They cannot be out. They have to be on your program when you come to the gym. Of course, you're not doing pull-ups every day. You're not doing exercise for your back because you need to recover. If you don't recover well, won't help you. Your back will never be the way you want your back to be. So it's important you rest after your training. So if you've done back today, so tomorrow you're not doing back. Tomorrow you're doing a different muscle group. For example, your chest, your biceps. So yeah, I can pull myself up. Yeah, I've been training for many years, but that doesn't mean much because one thing is you can be in training for many years, and if you've never done pull-ups, you're going to struggle to pull yourself up. You might be able to pull yourself up for 1 rep, but maybe like for 10, 12 or more 15 reps can be a bit tricky. Okay, so I'm just drinking a little bit of water because I'm the only one here speaking today. So so yeah, guys, if you have any questions, we You just ask me and you go through the questions here. Okay, so so you're going to be talking about machines and some apparatus you use it to do your exercise for your back. So the first one I've numbered, as I mentioned before, I've numbered like 8, maybe 9. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, looks like nine exercise for your back. So the first one, it's a pull-up machine. So I'm gonna go through these machines, and then I'm gonna be explaining how you do those exercises. So you've got pull-up machine. When you do pull-up machines, also you can do chin-ups. And I will explain you the difference between a pull-up and a chin-up. Okay, so the second one is a seated pull-down machine. I do this one quite a lot, and it's not a difficult one to do it because you don't need to pull yourself up. Basically, you have to sit down. So that's called like seated pull-down machine. The third one is the one called assisted pull-up machine. As the name says, assisted, there is something there to help you. Okay, so we're gonna go through the machine as well. And there is another one I like doing, and that requires a very good technique to do it, or you can hurt your back. It's like a TBar Barbell. TBar Barbell. Okay. Another one you can do is, you know, the bands. Yeah, you can use bands to do exercise for your back. So yeah, we're gonna go through these bands here, and you can do good back, good exercise for your back using the bands. Actually, because we are in lockdown, that's what I don't have the weights at home. I use the bands, and yesterday I did my back using the bands. So you can do great exercise using the bands. Okay. The next one is dumbbells. Dumbbells, if you have dumbbells at home or whenever you get back to the gym. So you can use dumbbells to do your back. Another one you can use to do your back is like kettlebell. Hopefully, guys, you have heard about kettlebells. Very good piece of equipment to do exercise, not just your back, but you can do all like lower body. But you're not going, we're not talking about lower body here today. We're just talking about your back today. Yeah. And there is another one called Z-bar. It's a bar that goes like a bit kind of wavy, you know. And this bar weighs about 6 or 7 kilograms. It's not a heavy bar. Okay, so you're gonna go through that one as well. So yeah, that's good. How are you guys? Hopefully everyone is okay. I can see my friend there, Ivan. How are you, Ivan? Thanks for being on with us here. And so the first one we're gonna go through here is a pull-up machine. So as I've mentioned before, I can do pull-ups. I can do up to 15 reps. It depends. It depends if it is at the beginning of my training, mid or end of my training. End of my training is harder to do it. But if it is like a mid of my training or beginning of my training, I can do it. Again, before you start, we're in the 50s, yeah, because that's one issue, the 50s. Remember, not just people in the 50s, but people in the 40s and the 30s, warm up before doing anything, yeah? Make sure you do, if you don't want to go on the bike or on the treadmill, just stretch a little bit, your arms, your back, do a little bit of 5, 6, 7 minutes of stretch, and then you start. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm not a tall guy, so usually these pull-ups, they are high up like that. I just cannot. I have to jump and grip it because for me is a bit difficult. Sometimes I get like a kind of a small box, I step on it, and it makes it easier for myself. But again, if you with a mate, it's good because your mate can support you, can lift you up, can help you, so it makes it easier. Again, so talking about like pull-up machines, you've got like 3 good grips. If you've got the wide one, very wide one, over grip, yeah, it's an over grip, yeah, so your palms are facing away from you. You've got like a neutral grip like this, yeah, parallel. And if you've got under grip, okay, under grip, I'm gonna be talking, that's gonna be the last one to be, I will be talking about it, yeah. So when you do, like me, I do my body weight, yeah. So I can pull myself up with an over grip. What's the idea? You have to try to pull as high as you can, and your elbows come close to your sides, yeah. So and then you're doing your lats, yeah, muscles in the back, very very big muscles there, yeah. The second grip, you've got the neutral grip, like that, kind of parallel. You're doing your back, but it gets a little bit of muscle right there, yeah. So in your arms, so it's more for your back. When you're talking about chin-ups is under grip. Under grip, you hold like this, yeah? So your palms are facing you. So your palms are towards your chest here. So what happens here? You're doing less your back, and you're getting a lot more in your biceps because you're pulling like that, yeah? You're pulling yourself like that. So if you do this right now, you can feel your biceps. I'm sure you have one by your biceps there. You've got the muscle there. So, and it comes as a second muscle, your back, because it uses your back, but you're doing more your biceps because this movement, yeah? It's important to know the grip when you're doing exercise, because depending if it is over, if it is under, if it is neutral, it changes a little bit, okay? So, and then you can ask me, oh, I cannot lift myself up, I'm not strong enough. Yeah, we're gonna go to another machine, but there is an apparatus you can use it here. It's called bands, yeah? So these bands, they have like different resistances, yeah? So if you, let's say if you've done before, but you're not strong enough, use the bands, yeah? You have to choose one which is like a kind of thick with a good resistance. And if you do by yourself, could be a bit tricky. You need like a mate to help you, or a trainer, because how do you put yourself up using a band? You can step on it. Could be a bit dangerous, because if the escapes could hurt your face, or you just put it around your knees. Supposing your knees, yeah, you put just under here, that's your knees, yeah, upper leg, lower leg, your knees, you just put it under here, yeah. So, and then it makes it easier for you to pull yourself up, and then you can do all sorts of grips. You can do neutral, you can do wide, and you can do for the biceps. So again, if you're confident enough, you can do it by yourself, but it's always good if you're gonna do this kind of pull-ups, better if you have someone to help you with the bands, okay? So again, if you do like a over grip, the wide one, you get your wide back, yeah? If you do the neutral one, it's more like you narrow a little bit more the muscles in your back, but it's all back at the end of the day, okay? Again, if you're good enough, you can just pull yourself up, just your body weight. You don't need any help at all, okay? So the second one you're gonna be talking is the assisted, as the name says here, assisted pull-up machine. So this is a kind, like if I've got a newbie client, and I always ask, have you done it before? No, I've never done it before. So I never take my client to the very first one I've just spoken now, because it's, if you don't know the technique, it's difficult to do it. So I take the guy to this machine, assisted pull-up machine. So, and then let me explain this machine here for you. It's a kind of machine where you have a padding, yeah? That's where you rest your knees on. So basically, you bend your leg at 90 degrees like that, and your knees are resting on this pad, yeah? And then you hold in the grips. Why that's gonna be a lot easier than the normal pull-ups? Because if you got a stack of weights, yeah? You've got weights on the side to help you, because without those weights, you won't be able to pull yourself up. So, and you've got a pin, and you can move that pin up and down. So, and you ask me, so what's the weight I should use for myself? You have, it's a test. You have to try it on. So you make sure, like, you know how heavy you are, and you put some weights there. And if you're pulling yourself up, that's too easy. Drop the weights, okay? So drop the pin a little bit. What's the idea here when you're doing assisted pull-ups? You have to make sure you're struggling to pull yourself up. If it is too easy when you're pulling yourself up, there is no fun. Your muscles are not being worked properly. You want something like, hey, I'm straining my muscles here. So make sure it's not too much weights on the stack there, and you pull yourself up and down. Not in a hurry. Pull it up and make sure on the way down, yeah? So it's a very safe machine. Usually, I like to take like a women I train. They start on these machines, and you become confident, or they become confident, and then that's you kind of like the stronger you're getting, you drop the weights a little bit more. You keep dropping, you know, the stack of weights. You keep dropping the weights till one day you'll be able to pull yourself up at least one rep, and that's great when you do it. And then you gain confidence, and then you can pull yourself more times, yeah? So that's the second one. Again, if you are newbie, if you've never done that before, use this one, and then you progress, okay? So far, so good? Would you like some water? That's water for me. Okay, so next one here, it's, okay. That's, this machine, I like it. It's a pull down, seated, as the name says, you have to sit down, yeah? Seated pull down machine. So again, on this machine here, if you've got a wide bar, it does your wide back, use an over grip. So your palms are facing away from your chest, yeah, over grip. Also, you can do under grip, yeah? You can get a small, there is a small bar, you hold it like this. You can do under grip and then get your biceps, okay? But especially pull down machine. If I want to do biceps, really, I like the bars, the barbells. I like the dumbbells. So pull down machines, I like doing my back. I just don't go for like a kind of like chin ups, like we just mentioned before, yeah? To squeeze more my biceps. So yeah, this is so when you sit down with this machine, you've got like something that goes just above your thighs, just to that locks your legs there. Because when you're pulling, if your legs are not locked, so you're going to stand up because it's heavy when you're pulling. So you make sure when you like me here, I'm sitting here, and just on top of my thighs, there's a kind of rolling thing, yeah, that stops my legs to go up. So it's my legs are locked there. So, and then you pull it, yeah. Another thing is, you see guys in the gym, when they are pulling, they are swinging the back as if they're doing, I always say, like kite surfing. You're not doing kite surfing, yeah. You're not in a hot country. So make sure you lock your legs, yeah. Lean back a little bit and just bring the bar to your chest, yeah. Not down like you see people pulling and going all the way down to the belly. Now the bar stops here, so you pull it, elbows close to your sides, and that's it. And you can feel you squeezing your back. So, but try not to go in a hurry. Squeeze out. Okay, that's the seated pull down machine, which is a good one. The third one here, where you're gonna go is a TBar Barbell. TBar Barbell. It's a nice name, TBar Barbell. It's a long barbell, yeah. And basically, you need, if you've got this barbell, you put the weights on it, yeah, put the weights on it, and you have a kind of, it's a kind of triangle bar, and you hold like this, and you put this triangle bar under the bar, yeah, and then you go into a deadlift position. Hopefully you might understand when you might have heard of deadlift exercise. Very good exercise. So you have to go into that position, into a deadlift position, and make sure your back is straight when you're doing this, because when you're pulling that, if it is too heavy and your back rounds like that, you could damage your back, and then you're gonna have a long layoff from training, which is not good. Okay, no one wants to be away from training, especially if they like doing training. Okay, so make sure technique is paramount. Yeah, you need a good technique to do exercise. Sometimes you say, my I keep training, and my back is the same, because either your technique is not that great, or probably is your technique, or your movement is too, it's too fast, and your body's swinging. So when you go into that kind of technique, into the deadlift technique, it's a kind of fixed position, and you just pull it. You pull the bar towards your chest. It's a very good exercise. Another good thing you're working here is your core, because you're in that position, that deadlift position. You've got your core contracted, and that's, I tell you, boy, that's good for your core. That's why I like doing exercise standing, because I'm using my muscle stabilizers, my core, and then better than all the time, like you're seated. Well, you've got some exercise you have to sit down and do it, but when you're standing, using more your core, okay? Otherwise, if your core wasn't that great, you'd fall over, okay? So another one here is let's talk about, again, the bands, resistance bands. So if you, like me at home, I use my bands, yeah? So you can do exercise for your back. So you've got like different resistances. You choose the one you think you can pull it, yeah? You've got like different colors, like blue, black, red, green. Yeah, I think the strongest one is a black one, but then if that's not strong enough, you can mix all together, yeah? So again, you can do a bent over, like the last one I just said, kind of to barbell, yeah, deadlift position, and you pull it towards you, yeah. Another exercise you can do is if you step on it, if you step it just on the bands and you pull it like that, so you do an exercise for your upper back, yeah. It's called like an upright row. So you row, yeah, you pull that up, and your elbows go out like that. You can see me, yeah? Hopefully you can see me. So so this is great for your back, for, gives you like a nice back. People can tell straight away when you're doing exercise for your back, and the way you're walking, your posture, that as I've mentioned before, that helps a lot your posture. Okay. The next one here is like dumbbells. Dumbbells are great dumbbells. So how do you perform an exercise for your back using the dumbbells here? The same as you did for a TBar Barbell I've just mentioned. You have to go into a deadlift position, yeah, deadlift position. Make sure when you go into that position, you lock the hips. Your upper back here, I'd say upper body cannot swing like that. So you go into that position and you hold into that position. What you have to do is you hold the weight just below your chest and you pull it. You pull it, yeah? So it's a great exercise. This is good because you have to use a lot of your balance. Use your balance, use your core. So your muscles there in your core, you can feel it when you're lifting. If you're lifting kind of heavy, doesn't matter how much you're lifting, you choose your weights. You can feel when you pull. It's a great exercise. As long as, if you ask me, oh, I've got a little problem in my back when I bend over, can I do this? I say to you, don't do this. If you're feeling your lower back, you could compromise a little bit there, yeah? So it's better for you not to do it if you're not feeling great in your back. As I've mentioned before, you've got all the exercise for your back, okay? So you can substitute. And then once you feel great, you can do it. I had to stop. I've mentioned before, I had to stop like doing these exercises for my back, especially like a TBar and using the dumbbells, because for some time I suffered. I had problems in my back, not because of training, but because of like the long hours I have to work. I wake up too early and I finish too late. And basically, I never rest myself. As a trainer, I should, but hey, I have to work like everyone else, and my day is very long. But it's all sorted now. I'm back to my exercise, my normal exercise, my deadlifts, my squats, and I feel great. Okay, I'm just drink some water. If you guys, if you feel like asking a question, just go ahead and ask me a question. Yeah, this exercise is good for men and women. Anyone can do it. This is for anyone, not just for men. I'm talking here to my friends who are in the 50s, and like myself, I'm midway through my 50s. I'm getting out of my 50s soon. Not soon, another 2 years ago. I'm 58, and yeah. So if you have any questions, just pop on the chat there, and I'll be glad to answer. Probably I will know that. I try to make sure I know the answer. Okay, let's go for the next one. Next one here is a another one you can do it. The last one you just mentioned here, bent over rows with the dumbbells. Yeah, so you're back into a deadlift position and you pull the dumbbells. Yeah. And then you ask me, can I use a barbell as well? Yes, you can use a barbell. Over grip, you do the same, yeah? The same movement with a barbell, a long barbell. Olympic barbells, they weigh, it's about like 20 kg. And there is a lighter one, 15 kg, yeah? So you choose. I usually get like a 20 kg. So talk again, going back to the dumbbells, you can do another great exercise for your upper back here. Yeah. So that the lift position, how do you do it? It's like, you know, when you do flies, so you're doing kind of reverse. Yeah. So you are into the deadlift position, the weight is just below your chest, and you lift. Yeah. You lift the waist like this. Just try to picture. My back is like a parallel to the ground, deadlift position, and back straight. Always try to keep a neutral. When you say a neutral back, I mean your back straight. And you do that movement, so you're going like that. So when you do flies on the machine, you go in. In this case, you're going out like that. Yeah. So why? And then you could ask me, how can I? How can you be sure I'm working my upper back or my back? Let's say my back, because you're playing against the gravity. You're lifting something against the gravity. So physics, there is a force going down, and you apply another force against. Yeah. So you're pushing the up, it's coming there. So okay. So that's when like a kind of forces are meeting. Yeah. So you're lifting. I'm sure gravity, because of the weights are heavy and you've got the gravity pushing you down, you have to lift. Lifting, you work your back. It's a great exercise. One thing I'd like to point out, if your back's not great, again, if you're suffering that if you've got some problems, don't do this one. There are other exercises for you to do it. You can do, there's a machine where you can do your upper back. It's a bit difficult for me to describe this machine. It's basically, you see on this machine, you just pull it like that. It's not like that. It's like you pull towards your chest. So yeah, so you just have to be careful. You have to listen to yourself every time you do exercise. If your body is okay, you go and you do it. If your body, if you're feeling pain, if there is a sign there, don't do it. Okay. There is another bar I would like to talk about, and I like doing this exercise. It's called like a Z bar, like a letter Z bar. It's a bar that goes a little bit like that. It's a kind of wavy bar. Okay, so this bar is good. You put some weights on it. Put some weights on the side. Yeah. So this bar weighs about 6 or 7 kilograms, yeah, and you put like whatever 5 kilograms on each side, or 2.5, or you see how much you can lift. And there is an exercise you can do with this one. It's like a upright row. So you pull the weights up just under your chin here. So you pull it, and it comes, as you pull it, it comes close to your chest, not away. If you're pulling away, you could have a problem in your shoulders, because it is a bit heavy to hold it like this. Yeah. So when you pull it, you come close, really close to your chest. Yeah, close to your chest. This is a very good exercise to do. It's a pull up. Yeah, I call this exercise upright row. So and you're gonna feel your upper back, especially when you're doing this exercise. How, if you ask me how often should I do it, it depends on your program, what's written there. Yeah, it's difficult for me to say how often you should do it. You make sure you don't do all the time this exercise, because built-in training is I have to vary. Yeah, also you can do this exercise with the dumbbells, so you can pull it. It does the same, but again, with the dumbbells, it requires more balance. When you do a barbell, it's more linear work, so it's a little bit easier to pull it. Okay. Well, let me just drink some water. How are you guys? I hope everyone is okay and understand the explanation here. I wish I was doing this live in a gym. It would have been easier, because inside the gym you can see machinery is there, and and you can understand better. But probably if you have been training before, or even if you have not been training before, you kind of grab the idea, yeah. Because here we're talking for especially for people in the 50s, and I know many of you are in the 50s. No, I can see some guys there are not in the 50s. Sorry. And okay, so let's go to the next one here. Next one is like a kettlebell. Yeah, kettlebell is a very good piece of equipment. I like using kettlebell. Yeah, you've got like a different weights for kettlebell. It's important when you use a kettlebell, you understand the technique, because I see guys in the gym, when they pick up a weight off the ground, the back is horrible, like a rounding like that, like my elbow. You can hurt your back. You can put a mass in your hips, in your back, anywhere, especially when you're lifting weights. So when I see like a kettlebells of like a 32 kilograms people lifting, it scares me. Sometimes I take my eyes off. I don't want to look at that, because sometimes they are doing too heavy and they don't know the technique, how to do the movement. So so with kettlebell, you can do like a different exercise. But here we're just talking about your back. Today is about your back. Yeah. So I'm sure you know what kettlebell is. There's a handle like that. Yeah. So to do this movement, if the kettlebell is on the floor, make sure when you pick that off the ground, yeah, you don't round your back. Just try to go into a deadlift position, or even you squat, as long as you try to keep your back straight and lift. Don't try to be too eager getting a heavy one if you don't know the technique. If you don't understand the form, how to do it, ask a trainer, ask someone who knows how to do it, and they're gonna tell you how to do this movement. So basically, if you're doing an upright row with a kettlebell, yeah, you the same as a Z bar, you just pull it closer to your chest, not away from your chest. Again, if you pull it away from your chest, you could hurt your shoulders because it's too heavy. Yeah, it has to come up close to your chest and just under here or a little bit there. But I like pulling the up, elbows up, yeah, and you're always squeezing here, squeezing your traps there, your upper back. It gets your biceps a little bit because you're lifting. I almost dropped everything here, my notes. You're lifting a heavy weight. Could be not that heavy. Again, how much should I lift? It depends whether or not you've done before. If you've never done before, get something light. Ask someone to teach you how to do it. You've got like kettlebells of 2 kilograms, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, whatever. Yeah. So basically get someone to teach you. But if you know how to do the movement, that's much better. You know what I mean? You don't need to ask anyone. Just go and grab one and start doing your training. Yeah, that's good. So guys, how are you feeling? So everyone's like stuck at home, pandemic. It's not very great to be. I'm tired of being the flat. Just doing. As I've mentioned before, I don't have weights at home. I just use my bands, and yeah. So I have to have like a good drive there to keep training using my bands because I really like the weights. And in my age, it's important for me to the weights, especially being in the 50s. I have to, otherwise I'm losing too much. I know what happens, but hopefully, I don't know, maybe in 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks' time, you should be coming back to the gym. I'm praying because I'm just like tired of being the flat. So weights, again, if you're in the 50s or over, or if you're in the 40s, I tell you, you have to do the weights. You have to do the weights. There is no escape. There is no escape because if you're not doing the weights, you're losing lean muscle. You're losing muscle mass, and that's a problem for you. If you just say, like I get guys in the gym, they say to me, oh, I don't like the weights. I like running. And I just say, look, the more you're running, and you, I know you're more than 30, more than 40, you're losing a lot of muscle mass. Losing muscle mass, something will happen to you sooner or later because you're just burning. You're not getting anything back. You're just like you know, you just run outside. So nothing. I like running, but like you have to do weights. You're not like in your 20s anymore. Once you've gone by your 30s, if you just, I think I told the guys in my last life, from your 30s to your 40s, you're losing about 2 to 5% of lean muscle. It's a lot if you're not doing weight training. If you're doing weight training, you can combat that. You can stop that. But if you're not doing weight training, you're losing about 2 to 5% in 10 years' time, from 30s to 40s. Now imagine from 40 to 50, and in my age, from 50 to 60, I would be blood skinny if I wasn't doing the weights. I know I'm losing already a little bit because I have not been training, but I try to do my body weight, to do the bench just to keep going. But you have to do it. There is, as I say in my videos, you have to do this. Remember that. So yeah. So make sure you're always doing the weights. Weights are important because in my age, if I wasn't doing, you could get osteoporosis. You know that happens. Your muscles could break so easily. So I feel my body strong, really strong, because I've been training for many years. The more you do, the better for you. Okay, you don't need to be like me, like trainers. I do like full trainings a week, sometimes 5. It depends on my schedule. but just do like, if you don't have much time, do just once, do twice. And then one of my lives, I spoke about compound exercises. They are great because you work like a different muscles, yeah, multiple joints there. And so if you're running, like you coming quickly into the gym, I've got only 20 minutes to compound exercise. So you're working everything, which is great, and you burn a lot. It's better than nothing. So if I were you, if I didn't have much time, if I had only like 30 minutes for training, compound exercise instead of just isolating just biceps or triceps. Okay, so compound exercise, they're great. A good example of compound exercise is a squat, deadlifts, yeah. Or you can also do lunges with biceps. So you work like two different muscles together. This is great. Again, requires, if you know how to do lunges, requires a good technique. And also, if you're doing like a forward lunges, balance, because you're doing biceps. So if you don't have a good balance, you're gonna fall. So make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, guys. So it's been about like 45 minutes already. I can't believe I've been speaking for all the people in the gym. Say I speak quite a lot. I didn't know that. Anyway, yeah, if you I should be back Wednesday again, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. And if you want me to talk about well, my next live, anything, just go to you see my Biff at 50, and just pop me a message, and I think we can think about different live. But yeah, basically that's it, guys. Thank you for being with us tonight, and I wish you a good evening, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye.